Welcome, everybody, back to Sleepless and Sungrave, your radio show all about trying to fix our relationships and maybe spaceships if someone wants to call in with those problems of the Red Rising universe. I am Skipper, joined as always by Crescent and Salem. Welcome, guys. Before we jump into this week's therapy session, what are we all drinking tonight?
Nothing special, just water.
I got beer.
Water's great. I have wine.
Also cider.
We all went for the very basics.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Crescent came to visit me last weekend, as did a few other people, and a bunch of bottles of wine got opened and like one glass got taken, so I'm slowly trying to work through all the wine before it goes bad. Like, why did we all do this? But so I have Chardonnay, which feels like a very therapy wine mom advice column drink.
Yep.
That's what
Agreed.
I'm going with. Yeah. Last week on Sleepless and Sungrave, we dealt with some very interesting topics. Valdir being the
first and foremost.
Yes. And so more people have submitted new ones. I've put them in the jar, which now, I don't know if you can see on screen, now it says Sleepless and Sungrave, thanks to one of my real life friends who did not know why she was giving it to me and lovingly made that on her Cricut. So I have refilled the jar. Some of them you guys wrote like novels. They're real long, some of them.
That is correct.
Yes.
And I have at least 2 replies so far to what we handled last week, and I thought we would kick it off with those.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so the first was about who we suspect Darrow talking about Valdir. And we really wanted to know what Brokeback Warlord, I think was his name, what his wife thought on the matter. And luckily, the wife replied with a half-page script. This is only 2 entries on this entire page. So,
oh boy.
tuck in. All right. And I will say, because we commented last week of it being funny that it shortens to sis, almost everyone this week addressed them to sis. So it's a cute little thing.
Big sister.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can be a big sister. It's fine.
Yeah. Lo, sis. I'm an incredibly busy lioness. What with running the Republic and all. But I happened to catch your latest episode on the Hollows between briefings. I'm a certifiable genius, but I am frankly at a loss after what I've just heard from a caller dubbing themselves Brokeback Warlord, otherwise known as my gory damn husband and the father of my son, which the bastard neglected to mention, I might add. See, sis, my problem here is multifaceted. First of all, let's take care of the elephant in the room. My husband is a dumbass. Every member of every color in the Republic, the Society Remnant, and the Rim, including anyone's pet foxes, know and have known Valdir wants to rip off Darrow's pulse armor and make sweet love on the Morning Star. There is no secret to anyone besides my husband, and who could blame Valdir? I'd tell you what my husband can do with his hands, but I'm not my sister-in-law. However, that brings me to the next part of my problem, which is, what do I do now that he seems to be catching on and is now processing some repressed sexual curiosity for men? And why does it have to be with him? I'd have considered lending out my husband to one of his other square-jawed friends, but Valdir is just another story. Can I rationalize the fact that my husband is acting in his capacity as a warlord, a persona of which I am not a fan, and just let them bond over killing? Or should I make my husband a broken back warlord? Help me calm the storm stirring up these tides in my mind. Signed, a horse who rides for one man, but never said anything about women. There's so much there.
Well, I wonder who this is.
There's so much there. Yeah, who possibly could be writing this in? Wow. First off, I think couples counseling all around. There just needs to be some open conversation, open dialogue between you. What expectations are in your relationship? I think just to start off, are you just for each other or open to more? What's happening there? What do you guys think?
Have a conversation
communication is
first.
definitely the first step.
Yeah.
Yeah. How serious?
Like,
Is this a just war thing, or is there more to this? What's happening?
Has to be a gentle conversation, though. Because this is new feelings for him.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. You have to remember that the Golds have always been open with their sexuality. And I mean, it calls directly out that it is Darrow in this one. We just suspected last time. But Darrow was not raised gold and does not understand maybe some of the feelings he is feeling towards what is not what's the word I'm looking for?
Cultural norm.
Yeah, cultural norm. There's heteronormativity.
He's got
That's
years.
where I'm going.
There you go.
Heteronormativity is what the Reds.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of feelings probably that the Golds have, as you say, ride for one man but never said anything about a woman. That is something that your whole life has been open and accepting, and he just might be a couple steps behind. So have those conversations with him. But yeah, dialogue.
As with most things, communication is just. Sometimes it's the first and only step.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And why it's Valdir, which seems to be your main concern, because you would lend him out to other friends. It just seems like everyone's hot for Valdir. I don't know what to tell you.
Really
I never
want to
saw
see.
it.
Except for Sephi.
Yeah. I want to see what Valdir actually looks like, because we don't get a lot of descriptions.
Yeah.
So I want to see what some people think that Valdir actually looks like.
That's great.
All right, Sleepless and Sungrave listeners, we need some fan art of Valdir.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Hype him up. Because I would agree while reading these books, I don't think I ever fantasized about Valdir. I think I kind of cast him to the side the whole time.
Okay, Sephi.
Didn't Sephi like him at the beginning and then she got sick and that's why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. She did like the almost, I don't want to call it honorable, but the like gentle thing of like, hey, you can't love me anymore, so love someone else,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can understand doing that. Like, if I was turned into a worm.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Then, like, I'm fine with...
We're not on the boat, okay?
I'm fine with my significant other just, loving me from a distance, but moving on. So, Valdir, who is it that he's then dating?
Greyhild.
Dating.
Being a very loose term.
Yeah. Kind of in front of people, kind of not. All confusing.
Yeah. A bunch of people know, but they're trying to hide it.
Right.
They're so bad at hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which figures out.
Yeah. Which I wonder if Darrow would have picked up on that.
No.
No, absolutely.
Like, I know the answer's no.
Neither of them are his hands.
Yeah. Back.
Well.
So no.
Okay. All right, any last thoughts on this one? What else do we have to say to... How did she sign
Counseling.
off? Did she even? A horse. Yeah, counseling. I think you just...
Yeah, it's out of our hands. That's...
It's not even...
professionals.
Yeah, we are not licensed therapists to help you with your couples counseling.
I'm
sorry.
And if that dialogue hasn't even started yet, then you going to therapy and doing solo therapy, like, you're just making assumptions the whole time. For all you know, like, it's just a one-off thought that he's just put out there and then moved on, or it could be more, and you don't know that until you actually have that discussion with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Great. Well, thank you, horse who rides for one man but never said anything about women. We hope to hear from you soon, maybe on this subject, but I think we might have covered it, but on other subjects as well. All right. The other follow-up we have was written in binary. It is just straight up. It says, attention, Sleepless and Sungrave, vacant violet. So remember, this is I believe it was the violet who was chasing after the green and didn't know whether or not the advances are being noticed. There's a lot of ones and zeros. I'm not going to read that part out. I did, however...
Oh, come on. Be Bender and
did you translate it?
I did translate it.
Yes! I was hoping.
It translates to... and this is from Green and Love. But anyway, it translates to, roses are pink, violets are blue. I'm afraid that my lack of understanding of the poetic arts will drive vacant violet away. That doesn't... Oh, what should I do? That is a very long... I understand, Green, your poem...
Which is on par.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yep. Listen, Green, I think you're already one step in the door. I don't think
you just gotta not fuck it up.
Yeah.
There's mutual interest.
Exactly.
And you're trying. You obviously tried to make a poem. Look at you.
Look at you, intense.
You're getting there.
So good. You're doing great, sweetie.
A great first effort.
Very proud of you. Very proud. Just, I think, let the violet know that you are interested, because that was the concern, was that, the hints were going amiss, and then also have a dialogue in whichever way you feel like. Binary might be hard for the violet to keep up, but, you can try. Google Translate does translate it. So.
True.
There you go. All right. Let's get into some new ones. I'm going to shake it up because the ones from last week are probably hanging out on the bottom. I tried to fold them in different manners this way, but as I said, you guys wrote, full novels.
They're chunky.
They're chunky. All right. Yeah. Oh. To the Moonies running Sleepless and Sungrave. That's...
Excuse you.
Hostile right off the front.
Rude.
To lower myself...
already.
To lower myself to ask advice from you is a new low. Wow. Maybe we don't want to give advice to you.
Yeah.
But I find myself with
big rocks.
Yeah. Find myself with no alternatives after my no good, devious pixie of a fiance ruined my summit. I felt the need to integrate myself with the low colors of Mercury, who hate me for absolutely no conceivable reason. To that end, I put on a performance with my snake of an ancient singer from the American Empire song, I'm a Slave. No. And the reception was not what I expected. Many Reds in particular began to riot, and ultimately the whole audience had to be liquidated, so nobody found out about the disaster. What went wrong, Moonies? What went wrong? Do they not like snakes? We're commanded. I command you to provide feedback once, or there will be consequences. Signed, dictator in the mood for some decapitations. Wow.
Wow. There's a lot to unpack in this one too.
There's so much to unpack here. First thoughts.
Excuse you.
Somewhat tone deaf.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
Yikes.
check the boots, check the snake.
Yeah.
Check your audience.
Yeah, maybe next time, like, send out a, like, poll or a survey on what the people want.
Mm-hmm. That's not what dictators do.
That's true. That's the complete
But this
opposite.
is advice.
Yeah. Try not being a dictator. That's my advice.
That's not gonna happen. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow. Did threatening them to just not work anymore? Like, why did you change up your plan? Is it because
also,
of your
well,
fiancé?
okay.
What was the purpose
threats
of it?
only work to a certain point, right? You know, it's either awful or you die and don't have to deal with it anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like our decapitator is, you know, about as far to the end of the awful spectrum as one is likely to get.
Yeah, maybe because they don't like it, don't nerk all of them. Like, that was a little much.
I think that was just the avoidance of the Streisand effect. Somebody was taking hollows and they were going to post them, and that could not be allowed to happen. And so capped.
Yep. The whole audience.
You know.
I mean, I guess I get it.
Everything exists on the internet forever.
It's probably already on there. Let's be honest.
Someone was probably live streaming it.
Yes, exactly.
It was a green.
Oh yeah. Hopefully not our Green in Love.
Oh. No. Green in Love, you have to let us know that you're alive.
Please let us know you're alive, Green in Love.
Do. Binary or not.
Yeah. I've learned to translate it. Yeah, I think just reality check in general is what it sounds like you need. Maybe also some better advisors that aren't just yes men and will tell you that maybe that wasn't the best idea. That you could have maybe just thrown them a feast and won them over instead of...
They probably would have loved that because they're probably starving. And yet you gave them a performance that did not feed them.
Yeah.
Give them sunscreen. Give them sunscreen.
Sunscreen's not going to protect them from the amount of radiation they've already been exposed to.
Radiation.
Well, but they're reds. A lot of them are reds.
Oh, that's true. They probably sunburn pretty easily.
Oh.
But they would sunburn very, very badly.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a red.
Sunscreen and food.
Sunscreen
and water.
Food.
Maybe some anti-rads.
Yeah. I think that would be the way to win them over rather than this. I mean, also, quite frankly, like, I feel like if you're going to be a dictator and you're going to stick to that, a moving speech would probably have been better than a Britney Spears performance. Like, I'm just saying, propaganda actually goes really far.
Which you still need better advisors.
Yeah, exactly. All around, whoever your team is, fire them and get some better advisors.
I don't think it would be a bad thing if you decapitated them.
Yeah. Take your anger out
and got rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Also, maybe like let the snake have a day off. I just feel like you might be a little too obsessed with your snake and it just needs to go hang out in a tree for a bit. You know? Maybe some alone time from you is what the snake deserves.
Honestly.
If you're doing that show with your snake, I'm a little concerned what else you're doing with your snake.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the snake just deserves a little time to itself. You know?
For real. All the time to itself.
All right, ready for another?
For our listeners,
let's move on.
You should probably skip over to YouTube just to see that one.
Just to see the faces. Yeah.
Just see the faces that Crescent is making.
We forgot that I guess we are all assuming that one was at Atlantia.
Oh,
we gotta say who he is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, someone else could do it, but
not as good as her.
Just a real chunky one that just keeps. This is why you guys write the chunky ones, because you know my hand just grips anything. I tried to pull the chopstick, but then I was like, how am I going to do that blindfolded and only grab one? We'll come up with some kind of a plan. Or you guys can not write full novels.
But they're good.
All right. Tuck in. Oh no, this one is... This looks like a meringue one. Somebody has written this in... All right. My dearest sis, within the folds of this narrative lies a tale of yore. Once upon a time, I found myself entwined in the company of a luminary figure, a performer of renowned repute. Clad in the robes of sophistication, I graced an illustrious gala upon his arm, wherein he stood posed for triumph, his laurels seemingly preordained. Yet fate, capriciously... You guys are making me say capriciously. Guys, remember who reads these.
They do it on purpose.
Yeah. All right. Yet his fate capriciously in its machinations decreed otherwise, as an unexpected interloper usurped his expected glory. The affront was palpable, stirring both his ire and mine. How egregious to witness the ascension of a pedestrian talent over the luminary to whom I had tethered my own celestial aspirations. Now, as the hands of time unfurled their ceaseless march, nearly a decade has waned, and the aforementioned interloper, that veritable trollop of erstwhile renown, has once again graced the airways with a fresh deluge of melodies. Amongst these compositions, whispers abound of a song whose lyrical arrows may be aimed, albeit obliquely, in my direction. Though no overt declaration is made, the discerning ear might glean from within the song's very title an abbreviated semblance of my own appellation. Thus, I am faced with I just figured out what this is about. Okay. Thus, I am faced with a conundrum of considerable import. Shall I, in the spirit of righteous indignation, return volley? Or perchance should I adopt the stance of stoic forbearance and... What is that word? Forbearance. Allowing the slight to dissipate like the ephemeral mist upon the dawn, beseeching your great wisdom, the golden media icon. Wow! I think it's actually Badger who wrote that, and...
yeah, it is. For sure it is.
Badger.
Goddamn.
Come on. Alright, basically...
I'm glad you figured out what it is. I got nothing.
So, I don't... Let's just deal with... Okay, so it's that there was an interloper who... I thought at the beginning this was going to be Darrow and the Gallo. And so we can treat it like that. But now the interloper is throwing sling at it, or throwing mud at it, slinging mud. Oh my god, my words. Let me have another drink after all this.
Easy for you to say.
They are slinging mud at us because they interrupted us and we have gone on to bigger and better things. And so how should we deal with this? Should we...
Oh my god. No.
What? Did you figure it out too?
Let me stop you for a minute. Is that what this is?
That's what this is. That's what this is. Sam, have you figured it out?
No.
This is...
I'm not good with word puzzles.
This is Kanye West
What the fuck?
interrupting Taylor Swift.
What? Actual fuck. Badger, no.
But also, yeah.
Yeah. So how should our golden media icon, should she move on? Should she throw some shade back? What she should feel about all
Honestly,
of this?
I feel like at this point, the interloper has dug their own grave,
Yeah.
put the casket in there, doused it in lighter fluid, lit it, jumped inside of it, and then been covered in 6 feet of dirt.
Yeah.
But has a breathing tube.
Has a breathing tube. Yeah. I
Which
think
also
this...
supplies oxygen to the fire.
Yeah. I think just can't...
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think they just keep coming back and can't get over it. I will say, though, that, like, if you can write a good diss track, I'm still here for it. Why not?
Like, write a whole album about it?
That's great at diss tracks. You should probably hit that guy up.
Yeah. Write a whole album maybe about how he tried to kill your career and you're still there. That'd be a pretty good one. I think just become the most famous person in the world. And he has to wake up every morning knowing that you exist and he didn't ruin your career like he tried. So,
but he did ruin his.
Yeah.
Multiple
times.
Repeatedly.
So, yeah. Just gotten progressively worse. Honestly.
Yeah, that was a good one. I started that thinking it was something like Jarrow at the gala had interrupted and like it took me a bit.
All of the fluffy words made me think it was Roke being upset at Jarrow for the gala. But no. Tay.
That's
so funny. I like where this is going.
Taylor House Swift.
Taylor House Swift. Would she be a gold or would she be a violet? Like, she'd just be...
Well, she's not at Atlantia with her snake.
Yeah, that's
so...
But she is, like, ungodly rich, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that she's a violet that's absolutely rose to stardom. There has to be... See, that would be something interesting to be, like, a lower color and then have the influence of media.
Yeah.
And be in that kind of world and know, like, if there's artists and things that are violets.
Well,
that have, like rose to stardom like that.
Glarastes has become such a high orange that he gets to intermingle. That you would think some of the violets, someone there. Isn't there there's an opera singer, aren't they seeing at the beginning of Lightbringer? They're seeing someone perform.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember
His name's
who.
like Narcissus or something.
Yeah.
I think it's in Dark Age. Because he's the one that managed to help snag the Duke of Hands.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Badger, for that, even though that is so many big words.
That is
your audience.
That's top tier.
I also appreciate that there is a couple coming in, and I have actually pulled one out that we can specifically talk about, because it's going to lead into one of our other episodes, that people have kind of deviated from or are inspired from outside of Red Rising and pulling in things like Taylor Swift. Please do it only about things you know that we know about, or else it's going to go way over our
Or
heads.
like,
Yeah.
give us a hint, or like just explain it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one I actually have pulled to read that was submitted. I don't know. I already put it on the Instagram, but it gives us a good segue of talking about some future episodes.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Is like this one just starts sis. Like not even hello, just sis.
Straight to business.
Straight to business. I am out for vengeance. I was wrongly imprisoned, accused of treason by a jealous man who I will call Mr. Steal Your Girl. Mr. Steal Your Girl did, in fact, steal my girl. He accomplished this by accusing me of treason. Then, after I was arrested and thrown into prison, he told me told my girl I was dead. I spent years in prison, got an education from an abbey, escaped, found some treasure, assumed a fake identity, and came back to enact my vengeance against those who wronged me. What do you think an appropriate punishment for Mr. Steal Your Girl is? Sincerely, a wronged man. All right, so if you guys were in jail, whether or not you know the context of this or the ending of this book, if you were in jail wrongfully imprisoned and someone stole your betrothed, what would you do?
So first of all, if I came back, I would want to know her feelings. Because if she did it in coordination with him, like she fell for him, nah, she's done.
Right.
I don't care. Like he stole her, she's not worthy because she doesn't want me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go after her.
Self-worth. Self-worth. We're
Yeah.
here for self-worth. Okay, but if she didn't know, what would your right? Like he just did
I say we burn his whole house to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like top to bottom, dig the roots type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm thinking you throw a massive party. You say you found a treasure and you now have this fake identity. If you have a treasure, you have a lot of money. I think you throw a massive party and invite everyone from his past who could ruin his life. Like I think you just get like everyone else.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's what I did last weekend. Is I threw a massive party and just invited people I didn't like.
Just ruined everyone's lives.
Just so I could ruin their lives. It's a slow work in progress how that is laying out because people had, they didn't know what was happening. But that's what I would do is just throw a party and invite people that the webs would unweave themselves and they would ruin each other's lives. And you can just sit back, have a drink, and
just take a lighter right to the center of the spider web.
Yeah.
Revel in being your own mastermind.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. So this is of course.
So for anyone that doesn't know,
reveal.
This is the plot of The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes.
Which we have been doing a Den read along for the past 6 weeks.
Yeah, about that.
8 weeks. 8 weeks. End of February it started.
A chunky book, so it's
a long ass book.
Going slow.
I had it.
We are, however, doing a Count of Monte Cristo episode. We're recording that in 2 weeks?
Yeah, so it will air May 22nd. We will have Meringue, who has been organizing the whole read along, as well as Fox, who is very passionate about the Count of Monte Cristo. And we are looking at how it connects to Red Rising. So if you have not read the Count of Monte Cristo, I mean, it will have full spoilers, but it's also an 150-year-old book. So, maybe even just watch the movie.
Yeah, at
That's
this
all I'm
point,
gonna
I feel
say.
like
There's
or
movies.
like the Cliff's Notes or Spark Notes,
Yeah.
whatever your chosen summary is. But
it is one of Pierce's favorite books, and there is a lot of connection to Darrow, even in this little thing of the fact of, you know, basically people thinking he's dead. I mean, Eo also died first, so nobody steals his man or his girl. But, you know, getting a fake identity, getting some treasure, and then coming back for what is his. You can even in this very small, but there's a lot. I not gonna lie, we have 2 weeks, not even, before we record, and I started listening to it yesterday, and it is on 1.3 speed. It will take me 44 hours. It's
a
going well.
Long ass book.
Yeah. I read it years ago, like when I was in high school, in French, and had kind of, like, I remembered the plot, but not the specifics. And listening to, like, the opening, I was like, oh my god, this is Red Rising, where it's like, oh, the, like, young sailor is bound to make captain because he's basically too good for his age, and you're like, oh, and Darrow is the youngest hell
Is he a
diver.
hell diver?
Like, there's so much that you just sit there and you go, oh yeah, Dantes is Darrow. So please join us for that. Yeah, just even if you need to read the Cliff Notes, it's a 150-year-old book, so chances are it's already been spoiled for you in some capacity.
If you didn't already hear about it in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there is that. I've got a cat attacking next to me. That's fine. Hear that? Yep. Anyway, all right. So look forward to that. Actually, while we're on this little bit of a break, we'll do all our full May rundown next week. We will be doing Sons of Ares, Volume 1. So we are back into reading-ish. We have 2 guests, hopefully. It'll be Stinger and Yogi coming on to discuss the comics with us for the first time. And then we are doing a live episode. It will be our ridiculous episode with Alcatraz of who's picking you up at the airport. Which characters do you trust to pick you up at the airport? And we are doing that
or
live.
Drop you off.
Or drop you off. Or send a car. Or are you just on your own and you're going to show up and they're not going to be there? We're gonna work it through. That will be May 15th, probably at about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Watch our Instagram for exact timing on that. We haven't actually decided. Who
Sounds
knows?
good to me.
Yeah.
Great. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, May 15th. You can jump in the comments so that while we are discussing, you can weigh in as well. And then that's it. And then May 22nd will be Count of Monte Cristo, and we are taking off May 29th. More information to come about the future of Fade. There is a future of Fade. I feel like that's very...
There is. 100%.
Yeah.
But we'll discuss June later. All right. Back into it. I'm going to find a small one that's not, like, attacking my hand right now. Okay. It says, I am a newly minted gray, but my emotional regulation implant keeps malfunctioning every time I'm around a certain red mechanic. Is this love or just a faulty circuit? From Sparks Flying in the Workshop. So we have like an interrelation love here.
So
I don't know
cute.
enough about grays to know how their emotional regulation works.
Where's your discipline, soldier?
Oh.
Let him love. Okay?
We love love.
We do love love. Crescent loves love.
Crescent loves love. I'm wearing my I'm here for the spaceships, not relationships. So I don't love love. It's fine.
It's okay. Love loves you.
Aw. All right, how are we? So, yeah, like how do greys reproduce? I don't know enough about greys to even answer like the
I
background
think they
on this.
reproduce like every other person.
I
No,
don't think
but
they're
don't
made.
some of the but some of the colors are made, aren't they? Like, aren't pinks?
Like pinks are
Pinks
because
are because they're sterilized.
yeah.
Right. So grays are
I
just
don't know that any others are.
okay. I just don't know
I
things.
Yeah, I mean, like they lab grow obsidians.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
'Cause-
otherwise,
Some.
yeah.
So,
I mean,
in theory, grays partner up eventually, and this time we just.
Or
well, if you think about,
sell
I mean,
their
Oh, but Trig and Ephraim.
materials.
that's what I was gonna
about?
say.
What am I going on about? Trig and Ephraim. Okay, so love is. Man, shoot your shot. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Like at that point,
Not with your gun. Not with your gun. Do not kill the poor red.
That is not the solution to your problem.
No.
you need to go and
Talk to
see if it's real.
Yes. Just talk.
Like, go talk to them.
Have a cool hangout at first. I'm a big fan of friends to lovers, so like, see if you have, anything in common. What do you feel when you're hanging out around the red? What's that like?
Like watch them disassemble like a trash ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, that's really gonna do it for them.
Never know. You just
Let the
never
sparks
know.
fly.
Yep.
And if I think maybe also see if you like those feelings. Because if you like those feelings, maybe don't go get your regulator fixed. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like, if it's something that you don't want, then yeah, go fix it.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least try it.
Yeah. For sure. How do but we did this with the green and the violet, but what do we think a red and gray's first date? What would that ultimate matchup be?
Depends. Is the red part of the Sons of Ares?
Ooh.
Because if yes, weapons training.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go to a gun range.
Cute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That could be cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. If they're not well, then they probably, if they're not Sons of Ares, if they're not part of the society,
Well, if they're a
probably not making the
mechanic.
move. They're not making the move. Yep. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Also, it depends whether this is post Republic or not.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give us more details.
Yeah. Let us know. Right back.
Follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe we could hear from the red and see what the red thinks.
Yes. If you are a red who is working in a capacity and thinks a gray may have a crush on you, report in how you're feeling about that. We would love to know your side of the story. That would be great.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I'm going to say that is entirely made up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This one. All right. My betrothed is a handsome gold with perfect hair, but his idea of a romantic evening is reciting a society propaganda. Is it too much to ask for a date that doesn't involve praising the sovereign? Sincerely, yearning for a dashing rogue. So we have some political differences here.
Is it political differences, or is it just that he won't shut up about it?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I think that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe talk to him about it and say, like, hey, is there a different conversation you can sometimes hold?
Like,
Distract him.
Like literally anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Just another conversation.
Yeah.
Like maybe he needs a hobby that involves something political.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
he
can be like a little campaign helper.
Yeah, exactly. He could answer some phones, take some donations.
Yeah. Send some really annoying text messages.
Does the Sovereign campaign in that capacity? Is that still where we're at 1,000 years
Probably.
in the future?
How's it not? Ow.
Absolutely. Because like
there's still robocalls.
You gotta have some semblance of
Robo-holos.
That it's
yeah.
Hello. Who are you voting for in this year's election?
Can we count on your vote? Oh.
If not, this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can unsubscribe from the hollows.
But if you unsubscribe, it explodes.
Searcher squads have been dispatched to your location.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to picture like Octavia, like being like, all right. I've killed. Didn't she take it from killing her father? Like I've killed my father. Yeah. I should still probably get the people on board.
What? Yeah. That's kind of how that panned out, but okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, like I don't think like if we take this to Lightbringer, I don't think. Well, I mean we're talking golds here, so I guess Atalantia and Lysander and Lightbringer, like that's the whole thing with the summit. They are kind of petitioning for the golds.
Yes, but also they say sovereign.
Yeah.
Not dictator.
True.
So
you're right.
Is this
it's a society propaganda.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So before.
So I think it's Octavia.
So this is OG trilogy.
If he's going for Octavia, and if you have any inkling to join the Suns, I mean, dump his ass.
Dump his ass.
Or kill him.
Okay, you've been telling people to not kill other people, and now this is your
only certain people.
Oh, okay.
You want to join the Suns?
Sure.
That's your first step.
There you go.
Okay.
Prove your willingness.
Wow.
I think Crescent needs therapy.
Yeah, Crescent.
Crescent is the therapy.
Okay, we'll have this discussion later.
Yeah. We'll weigh in from some people. Tower, get back to us, huh?
Yeah. I don't think you should talk to Tower.
Tower also needs therapy. All of Saskatchewan needs therapy. We all need therapy.
We have seasonal affective disorder all year.
Oh, all right. Well, I think this one was a fake one. But if you are the person,
it could be Quinn talking about Rogue.
Yeah, because it is yearning for a dashing rogue. It could be. So, if you want to give us some more information, or you think this is about you, reach out. Let us know. All right. I've already got another one in my hand here. Sleepless in Sungrave. I find myself at a loss. A friend and I have been through a lot together, and I would go so far as to say we're brothers. The problem is, I think he's been lying to me about something, and honestly, it seems like he's up to some sketchy shit. I don't know what to do about it. I guess I could try and talk to him, but I don't know how to approach it. I don't even really have any hard evidence one way or another. But maybe it would just be easier to lash out and betray him right back. Wow. A gold has to gold, am I right? Ugh. I just don't know. Where do my loyalties lie? Might have to write a poem about this. Thanks. Keep it
Ooh.
oh my god.
Fabuli.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Okay,
Okay.
I thought it was another one. I thought it was a different thing.
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be a different thing too, and then the second half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had us in the first half.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what we've been saying this whole time, and maybe this is just the ongoing thing, is open dialogue. So you like don't.
Why
just
does nobody
betray-
talk to each other?
Guys, communication is key.
Like, if you can't trust your friend, why are they your
Why
friend?
is he your friend? Why
Yeah,
are
it
you
sounds like they're
saying
not
that
your
he's
friend. It's just
your brother and
It's
yet
convenient. Yeah, how is it your brother if you're not related by blood and yet you can't trust him?
and you're not even going to find the hard evidence one way or another. You're just
You're just
going to
gonna
lash
backstab.
out and betray. Like, what are you getting out of this relationship? And can you just cut the cord and walk away or mend it? And I think to do that, talk it out, people. Talk it out.
I'm gonna be honest.
please.
I kind of feel like you're the asshole.
Yep.
Because
Yeah. Maybe you're not
The fact that
providing
you-
enough
Is
information.
he
but-
doing the betrayaling for good reasons?
exactly. That is he doing it for good reasons? Do you ever think that there could be a reason why he's betraying you?
Yeah.
Is
Are
he
you a bad
actually
friend?
betraying you?
Or do you just think
Is
he
he
is?
actually betraying you, or is he just like trying to take away your superiority complex?
Mm-hmm.
I think we might need some more information about this one. So, like, let us know why you feel so betrayed and you're just moving on this feeling. So I think for now, go write your poem, like a whole notebook of them. Take it as journaling. Go write a
Maybe
whole...
write your initials together and like cross it out a couple times. Like, see if you feel better.
Yeah. But like maybe don't lash out right away.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, like give it a think or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Again, have a conversation. Have a conversation and figure out why you feel like you're being betrayed.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're not.
Yep.
Maybe he's really bad at communicating too.
Maybe. It sounds like everyone, except for the person writing in binary, it's
Yeah.
really bad. Even then, I think our advice was to go talk it out. No.
Go hug it
God
out.
damn it, Rogue.
Yeah, definitely Rogue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fabulous. Yep. All right, Rogue. You have no sympathy for me, no matter how much people try.
From any of us.
Mm-mm.
No. This one. Sleepless and Sungrave. So my mentor and I may be at odds. He got me through a lot, saved my life, raised me, died for me, came back to life, okay, etc. But our viewpoints are beginning to differ drastically. I have a vision for society, and he aligns more with my enemy. How do we breach this divide? Hypothetically, should removing, discussing, sabotaging him and his efforts be too far? Would removing, discussing, sabotaging him and his efforts be too far? What do I do? Signed, a shepherd. P.S. If I have already hypothetically done such a thing, is that bad?
Yeah.
Talk it out. And if you've already removed him, that's bad. You can't just kill people.
What are
no
you
matter
asking
what
us
Crescent
for?
says.
Yeah. Whatever Crescent says, you can't just kill people, okay?
Just kill people.
It depends on the people. Shouldn't kill this person. Because you're diametrically opposed foes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We've had a similar one to this one, and I think
I
you
think
know.
they're just this person's a little
Why do
desperate.
you keep?
They
This sounds like the same person.
yeah.
Yeah,
Why do they
they
keep
just
asking?
I
they
think
just
they're
want
in
us to
They're
denial.
just. I think they're just
yes.
trying to. They're trying to get the yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's it. I
They're
think
like they're
if
trying
they
to.
trick
They're
us
hoping to
into it.
sneak one through on us. Yeah.
And that will say yeah. No, I'm sorry, dude.
No.
No.
Hard pass.
Mm-mm. We said
No.
this last time.
Yeah.
No killing
No killing.
this
And
time.
it sounds like your mentor, as you're calling him this time. I think last time you called him stepbrother.
Yeah.
Uh
Can't fool
I
me.
yeah, I think your mentor is has a good, maybe your best interests in
Hmm.
at heart, and aligning with your enemy. Is he really your enemy, or have you just decided he's your enemy? What's happening?
Yeah. Are you just mad because he's cooler than you?
Yeah. And then he took your brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
But really your brother was his first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Lysander.
Stop asking.
Ugh. Yeah. We're never
Not
gonna
ever
say
gonna
yes.
happen.
I'm going to say this one and then one more after this, unless it's the really sad one. Actually, I know that there's two really sad ones in there now, but one's like the ultimate really sad one. The other one I'll deal with. Oh. Sleepless and Sungrave. I come to you with nothing but love in my heart and the desire for a helping hand. The love of my life has been through so much, and I want nothing more than to be there for him and support him in any way he needs. I know he loves me, but I fear his heart hasn't fully recovered from his past. He has met some trauma in a previous relationship. In fact, his last partner was murdered in front of him. I know. That's what it says. You don't even want to know the revenge he has taken against him. How am I to compete with that level of hatred for more space in his heart? I grieve for him. I want to help him heal. But he has taken to running away from things of late. Any suggestions would be welcome. Love you and all you do. Oh, thank you so much.
Aw.
XOXO, reaching out for a core tabula rasa.
Hmm.
Oh, we appreciate you, listener, for appreciating us.
We do.
We're here for you, even though cannot, we're not licensed therapists, but we're here to talk.
Yeah. We're your big sis.
Sometimes talk shit, but
Lots of
you
shit.
get what you
Lots
get
of
for free
shit.
therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. We're the wine moms, as I said. We're just here to help you
Accurate.
through it. How do we feel? What advice do we want to give this poor soul?
So my thing is I don't think their heart could ever be full. Because my thing is like you're not breaking off little pieces and sectioning out like where your love goes. I know parents talk about how like, oh well, this kid doesn't have this much of my heart, like it just doubles in size. So I think you have a good chunk of his heart, but I don't think the anger is what's in his heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the anger will always be there until he can come to acceptance. But I do think that there is love there, and I don't know how long you've been together, but I am sure that your love has already tested time.
Yep.
Yeah, he may go play God about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think he's working through it. I'm willing to bet, and it sounds like you love each other very much.
Yeah. You're willing to be there for each other. Um, and clearly he's been open with you about things, so that's great. You already have the dialogue there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but just maybe being there for him and whatever he needs in some capacity, and seeing if you can push him in healthy directions would be my
like back towards the solar system.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe help some friends.
That's a positive direction.
Yeah. I think there's other people in a stable support system back in the solar system that he could use, so it's not just the two of you. Because the worst thing is when
it could get
codependent. Exactly, and you taking on all the burden. You don't want to, start resenting him for this. So if you have a support system, maybe some people who have a fox that you could cuddle once in a while, it would just really help out. So maybe try and work, reach out to some friends and stay with them for a while.
Both of you, not just like leave and
not just leave. No, you're taking him with you. Like, I think he needs to cuddle the fox.
Yes.
For real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to cuddle the fox.
Exactly.
That is not a euphemism.
No.
Go ahead.
Communication and cuddling foxes. That's what we prescribe to absolutely
the two
everybody.
C's of therapy.
I do want to bring out a quote though.
Okay.
Because you're worried about your love. In Golden Sun, it's even said, home isn't where you're from, it's where you find light when all grows dark. So, in each other, even if you're going off on some crazy adventures, you'll find home in each other.
Yeah. Well said.
Also the artificial sun.
Yeah, that too.
All right. This is Quick and Mateo.
Yes.
I feel like we don't talk about enough. Like, they're one of the key relationships that we kind of just sweep under the rug.
Honestly, at the start, I thought it was Darrow and Mustang. There's some parallels.
In fact, his last partner was murdered.
He has some trauma. His previous partner murdered in front of him.
You don't even want to know the revenge he has taken against them. How am I to compete with that level of hatred in his heart? I grieve for him. I want to help him heal, but he is taken to running away of things of late. Oh my god! Any suggestions would be... And then Tabula Rasa is what makes it Mateo. Yep. Wow! Listeners, let us know what you thought. Did you think this was Mustang Darrow? Or, like, I don't know why that I immediately... Maybe because I saw the Tabula Rasa? I don't know.
I think the first line, I thought it was Darrow and Mustang, but then as it got more and more...
Yeah.
I thought it was more of Mateo. It was the... No, it was the, I know, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was
very interesting. That little mirroring. Something we didn't catch before. Which is then interesting because it's Darrow who gives the advice to kind of let go the
do as I say, not as I do.
Down the path.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, last one, unless it's the sad one. Okay. Sleepless and Sungrave. I just made a friend, I think, with someone I never expected to. He's a gold, which I guess I should be used to by now. But he's also kind to me. He believes in me. I actually like talking and drinking with him. He even gave me a nickname. I tell him I hate it, but I actually don't. We're on a serious mission right now, but I want to do something nice for him. Suggestions? Signed, Truffle Pig. Aww. Truffle Pig.
Time with him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get him, share a good bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I think he
This,
just
like,
needs to.
mind swill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let him share his stories because he's
Yep.
probably got a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Let him give you a noogie.
Make some friendship bracelets, just have some craft
Yeah.
made. Yeah, I think just quality time together is what he needs. And knowing that he's got someone he can talk to who's not judging him, who's not thinking of his past, just be there for him. Obviously,
Tell
this
him you
one's
appreciate
Lyria.
him.
Tell him you appreciate
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to hear it.
Obviously, this one is
Yeah.
Lyria and Cassius.
Oh.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yes.
One of our favorite ships, whether or not it's relationship or friendship. I am so glad they got to hang out together before the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, Truffle Pig, I think just chill. Just take the time as you can, and you're on a really serious mission right now. Trust him if something goes wrong, but also maybe encourage him to not deviate from the plan. Like, if you
That
can
is
keep him
critical.
on the Archimedes or whatever ship you're on. Maybe you're not on the Archimedes, but if you could just like keep him close to you, that'd be great.
Maybe just let him know that you want him to come back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure he would listen to you if you told him that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, don't let him get shot. Maybe, fill some bulletproof armor. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
because I'm sure bulletproof armor would be probably pretty good against like razors.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
gotta, you would think.
I don't know. What is that? Kevlar?
Kevlar?
Kevlar.
Kevlar is notoriously terrible against knives.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. But isn't that what most bulletproof is made out of?
Yeah.
And sails. There's really expensive sails made out of
Kevlar. Motorcycle pants.
Oh, there you go. That would protect you. Yeah, get him some Kevlar. And then maybe like something against knives for on top of that. What is scarab skin made out of? Like, is that protective?
It's like a wetsuit.
Oh. Yeah. Okay,
it's like Under Armour compression gear.
Okay, well, that out of Kevlar would be great. I think that's what he needs to wear. Or just not deviate from the plan and come home.
Sticking to the plan, I think, is
Sticking to the plan, I think, is the best. I mean, it's a very serious mission. We want to make sure it goes as well as possible.
And we all know that he would never stick to the plan.
Yeah, for sure.
So try your best.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you, Truffle Pig. Let us know how it goes. Don't let us know how it goes. We're just going to be depressed on how.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Don't report back on that one.
We're just going to assume they went great.
It's great. You guys had more gin and whiskey together.
Yeah, maybe tell us about the time that you did spend together.
Yes.
Yep.
Tell us about the friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
Tell us about the friendship bracelets that you.
I want to know what the friendship bracelets said.
Yes. Do they say, what would Cassius do? Just like mine does if I lift my mic high enough.
I think mine is somewhere over here.
Mine is always on my microphone. WWCD. What would Cassius do? Or what would Crescent do?
Sometimes he would kill people.
No! No! Do not. Please.
Yeah. It's fine. He showed up last weekend. Nobody died. He didn't. Somebody. At what point did we threaten to throw somebody over the Maid of the Mist, though? That was actually a conversation that was happening.
Oh, we were gonna let Gambit be with his people.
Right.
He was gonna turn into Seafoam.
Yeah. Yeah, he was going over
the Maid of the Mist.
I was gonna say somebody was dying in the Niagara River.
Everyone's gonna go join the Scunge.
Yeah. Oh, the Lake Erie water. Yeah, that's what you forget when you're doing the Maid of the Mist. Is the mist is Lake Erie water, and it's gross. Everyone, go back and watch that live episode. One of the entertaining. It. I will say it ramps up near closer to the end. The beginning, we kind of we weren't caffeinated and alcohol enough.
Inebriated.
Inebriated. There's the word. And then we, got the most expensive PA you can when it comes to Red Rising podcasts, and to bring us coffee, and it got rolling from there. So go watch that one. Highly entertaining. Thank you, Salem, for joining us on all of
You're
these.
Welcome.
Sleepless and Sungrave. We look forward to seeing you in June. Everybody submit more. There's a little bit left in the jar, but we like more. You can submit them at any time, but I usually do a call out closer to when we record just to remind you, and then I do cut off day of recording so that I keep track of what's in the jar and what's not. And I will say there is some interesting ones in there where people were going back and forth in chat about them. So they might come out of order. They might come out in order. We'll see what happens. That's what happens. So thank you to the Howler's Den for submitting those, especially well, I won't call out names because I'm going to forget somebody, but there is some great ones in there.
There is some very great ones.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.